Welcome, Ringette fans. This is the gold medal final for the National Ringette League here at the Slush Puppie Centre in Gatineau, Ontario. Sorry, Quebec. We were in Ontario the whole week, Louis, and now we're in Quebec for the finals in this beautiful facility, full of people. We just finished off the bronze final. Edmonton Wham versus Montreal Mission. Wham, as you can see from the standings, had a terrific season, and these stats also include this week. So Wham, top of the list, but Mission also doing a very good job there, keeping things tight. 22 wins on the season with Wham's 23. Now, we're very happy to bring this broadcast to you. It'll be an exciting game between these two teams. My impression from this is it's going to be quite offensive. Both teams have proven their worth across the entire tournament so far, and both teams have come up strong. So Edmonton Wham faced Saskatchewan Heat in the quarterfinals. Last night we saw them against the Calgary Wrath in the semis to make it all the way here. Close game within one. Montreal Mission facing Gatineau Fusion, taking that one, facing off with Rivsud, and then getting to this final. Rivsud taking the bronze just earlier, if you were with us. Congratulations to Rivsud Revolution, well earned. That was a tight game as well against Calgary Wrath. 1 goal difference made that happen. And I've realized I haven't introduced ourselves. My name is Emily Renenberg. I'll be doing our play-by-play for this afternoon, and I'm joined by my friend Louis. Louis, how are you?
Hi, Emily. How's it going?
Excellent. We love a Ringette final. This is an exciting time for us, I think.
This is as exciting as it gets, and je vais prendre un moment aussi pour dire bonjour à tout le monde du Québec. Émilie et moi, on va décrire le match de la Ligue nationale. Un gros match ici en vue contre le Wham, qui est champion depuis les 2 dernières années. Il va pour le triplé. Et on va voir ce que le Mission a dans le ventre. Le Mission qui a un excellent parcours jusqu'à maintenant. On va avoir de l'excellente ringuette et merci à tous les gens du Québec qui nous suivent. Super installation ici à Gatineau au Centre Slush Puppie.
Now, Louis, these two teams have been familiar with each other in the last few years. This is almost like a rematch for the two teams of sorts. Back in 2023 in Regina, they faced each other in the finals as well. So tensions are definitely high here as we first line up for the national anthems here at the Slush Puppie Centre in Gatineau.
Hi everybody, my name is I'm Algonquin Anishinaabe from Kitigan-Zibi, and today I am here to sing you the Anishinaabe honor song. So what this is meant to do is, while you're listening, think of positive thoughts to send to these amazing players that are here today, that are going to play an amazing game. And this song also goes out to Governor General Mary Simon, who is here today. Miigwech, I hope you enjoy it. Hey, ah, eh, oh, hey, oh, how, hey, hey, ah, eh, oh, hey, oh, how, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ha, hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, yeah, hey, oh, how, hey, hey oh, hey hey oh, hey oh. Kish bimisa kagike ondaje kageche kimoje getayan. Oh hey oh, hey oh, hey oh hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Miigwech, thank you very much.
The singing of the national anthem, l'interprétation de l'hymne national du Canada, chanté par Kate.
Au Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurs glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
What a beautiful opening to this
Oh, yeah,
game.
really nice.
Miigwech to the organizing committee for putting that together, a song, Anishinaabe song for us to honor the athletes. Really great touch there. And Mary Simon's in the house. Governor General Mary Simon will have some interesting news for you later on in the broadcast where we unveil a new NRL trophy featuring Mary Simon.
And I just want to take a moment, Emily, to explain for the people at home why the lines are so flash. So this is the ice for the Olympic of Gatineau, which is a hockey rink. So we added all the blue lines and the ringette lines all over the place. So if at home you see bright lines, these have been added for these games.
Thank you, Louis. As we get started here in the first quarter of this gold medal matchup between these two powerhouses. Already in the zone, Blanchette passing it off. Facing pressure up front in the triangle. Blanchette now on the side, gets a shot off, bounces outside of the crease, and is batted in for the first goal of the game.
Already 1-0. What a nice play here by Blanchette. Blanchette qui fait un tir au but, un arrêt du bout de la jambière et on capitalise ici sur le retour. 1-0 la marque. That's a quick goal, Emily.
Mission making no mistakes in the beginning. Absolutely nailed it on that first one. And not your traditional ringette goal per se, but that's where it shows that battling for that ring and getting those rebounds is incredibly important.
Yep.
And so that'll get a first point up on the board for Mission by Juliette Lassard, putting her team up early in this gold medal final. Now Jillian Dreger with the ring, looking for an outlet. Spinning around the top, passing inside the triangle to Ketsa. Ketsa couldn't stab it. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Ketsa now circling down low, passes it, shot off right there for Fevin. She had again close look, the first close look for Wham early in this game. That's a very powerful line. We'll get another look here at the first goal of the game, less than a minute in, brought to you by Lug. Thank you to our gold sponsor Lug for supporting this tournament this week. As Wham now at center, Henderson gets a shot off, gets blocked through traffic. And the cycle continues. 10 seconds on the shot clock, didn't get the reset there. Looking for something now, back to Henderson. Henderson dropping in, shoots.
Nice save here.
And gets an early look as well. Mission moving things out of their zone. Getting some traffic, some forced pressure there. Managed to get into the neutral zone, but Wham sending 2 on, and looks like sometimes 3 on one player. Their strategy is tenacity this fine afternoon. Wham now at center, looking for the long, clean pass down the boards to Krochak. Ice is still fresh, ring is moving quickly. Dropping it back, starting the cycle, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Around the top, Bell tries to pass it off to Tajbarsh. Tajbarsh, she's hunting. Being pushed out to the side, looking for a reset, tries the shot. Doesn't get through, but it'll get tapped in for the goalie.
The goalie's in net for the Mission is Marie-Ève Dubé, and on the Wham side, replacing Woodlife,
Megan Rio.
Megan Ryu.
Wham now. Bell circling, shoots.
Nice shot.
Saw an opening over top of Dubé's shoulder, but ring goes wide. Mission now. Ryan York taking things back for Wham, cycling within their own zone to keep things moving, keep the flow. Now Drager with it. Drager finds an option. Now pass down low. Half a shot clock left here as Ketsa takes it to the top, back to Drager. Drager just misses the stab. 10 seconds on the shot clock, coming out wide, fakes it, looking for an opportunity, walks into the crease. Had a look.
So Emily, since this last goal, it's been all Wham deep in Mission's territory.
Wham taking full offensive opportunity here, exactly. Now they come up across the top, and their first goal for Wham. Ketsa fires it past Dubé, steps in around the crease, takes the space, takes the opportunity, and sends it home to tie things up 1-1 in this final.
On avait vraiment ici là, attaqué le filet du côté du Wham. Depuis le premier but là, compté par la Mission, ça a été domination par le Wham. Donc on attaque le filet ici avec le numéro 17, un tir du côté de la gobeuse, et on est déjà revenu à 1-1 la marque ici là.
Mission now in the zone. Starting the skate, keeping things out wide. 14 seconds on the shot clock, passing it back up to Blanchette. Blanchette tries to make a move, gets pressured, gets the ring inside. It's almost tipped in by Lassard. She got their first goal already. An active stick almost poked that through on this fresh ice. Goalie ring. Rio would have 2 minutes, or 5 seconds to toss. As Wham taking full advantage of the ice. Shannon now up front, moves it, tries to find a pass. A bit too far ahead and sliding through the crease. Gives it back to Mission. Debaji with some checking, does the drop. Lee finds the short pass to Krochak. Krochak still staying on the outside, looking for support. Tries to cut through, gets picked off by the D. Loose ring goes into the corner, and Krochak will pick that back up for Wham. Full shot clock, lots of time. Will they set something up here? Drops it back to Henderson, and a really great heads-up play by Moreau, who just stepped right into that pass traffic, passing lane. But gives it away over to Shannon. Shannon, she had a look there. Bit of a scary moment, a huge save from Dubé. Scary moment from Moreau. Just got panicked and pressured by that back checking. Lee over to Shannon. Shannon slowing things down, keeping control. There's a bit of a shift change here, so she will drop it off for another line. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Bell and Bell trying to do a low pick, tries to cut around. Moving things to Tajbarsh. She's checking behind the net. Trying to get that ring away from 410. Mission now in the center of the ice, calling for it on the other side was 410. 410 now with the ring coming in with a little bit of speed, looking to set up, telling her teammates to find a formation. 12 seconds on the shot clock. And a bit of a crash into the triangle there from Meyer. Meyer came in from the bench. Now Trudell spins, gets a shot off onto Ryu's pad. She pushes it out of the way. Some of the first few looks for Mission now since they've scored that first early goal.
Yep. And je veux juste prendre un instant pour le monde du Québec, leur expliquer les lignes de ringuette qui ont été rajoutées ici. On peut voir ici là, le petit spinorama ici de la joueuse avec un beau tir, une belle arrêt. Je vais juste prendre un instant pour le monde du Québec pour leur montrer que les lignes de ringuette ont été rajoutées ici, évidemment. Nous sommes où ce que les Gatineau jouent au hockey. Donc, nous avons toutes rajouté les lignes, des lignes bien droites et bien fluo. Donc, on va être prêts pour les 2 prochains matchs.
Now, I only caught some of that, Louis, but I'm glad to know that Spinorama is bilingual.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm building a plane in mid-flight here, Emily, sometimes,
No,
so
I
we're
love
having
it.
fun.
I'm learning. This is like French for free, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
French 101 for me.
Nice save.
Blanchette now with the shot. She likes to circle around that side of the net and look for top shelf openings. Now, Julie Blanchette, if those of you do not know who she is, she has been in the National Ringette League since it was founded in 2002. Now, she's a bit of a legend in the community, and she's still playing amazingly. She's actually up for top center of the year.
It's been a few years, Emily, I think, that she won it. I think the MVP, or last year she won a trophy last year anyways.
Good to have her on your team for sure. As Mission now in the zone, getting pressure, moving it closer inside the triangle. Loose ring. Picked up by Lanouette. Lanouette drops it back to Fortin. Fortin back to Lanouette. Lanouette fires, gets a post. The bouncing ring goes high. And it looks like Wham had done a crease violation there, so it'll get blown down.
On parlait un petit peu plus tôt ici de la joueuse Julie Blanchette. On a des feuilles qui nous sont fournies avec des années d'expérience des joueuses. Et quand on va voir Julie Blanchette, on peut voir que c'est depuis la création de la LNR en 2002. Donc, Julie Blanchette, une des filles les plus âgées, disons, du circuit, mais qui gagne des trophées année après année. Elle est encore en nomination cette année. Donc, des femmes qui se tiennent extrêmement en forme ici des deux côtés. Là.
I think Fortin's really looking for something here. That's their second opportunity in the last couple minutes. Pushing our way into the tight space of the triangle.
Up until now, Emily, I'm not seeing a lot of up and down. We're going in one zone, installing ourselves, staying there, and just like that.
Mission gives themselves the lead again. Just sneaking one past Rio in tight to the net. 2-1 for Mission. A bit of a soft goal, that one.
Yeah, a lot of action in front of the net. Great goal here. This goal has been presented by Lug, one of our gold sponsors. Lug, qui est un des gros commanditaires. That highlight reel goal was sponsored by Lug, making every journey easier with premium bags and travel essentials for athletes on the move. So thank you to Lug.
Mission up by 1. Trying to regain possession here in the offensive zone. But a big battle there from Ryan York, trying to maintain that ring in the corner. Mission will get things back. 24 seconds on the shot clock, coming around. Fakes it, continues to use the space, drops it back. And Moreau tried to shoot that ring right through traffic. Finds its way to Wham instead, and it picked off by Fortin. She's gonna move it to Moreau. Great back check there. Fortin is also up for top forward this year with the National League awards, which we will get news on, I believe, today. And there's a shot in. Lessard.
She was left all alone on lui who's right side, and you can't leave players like this all alone. Tout un but ici compté, là. La joueuse a oublié complètement seule sur le bord du filet de Ryu et déjà 3-1 la marque, là.
Lassard with her second of the game. A big long pass from Blanchette. Just a lot of muscle on her backhand to really push that ring all the way through the crease and get it over with the trajectory that it did. Montreal Mission up 2. Lots of ringette remaining. Wham looking to respond. Now in the zone, 12 seconds on the shot clock with Bell. Bell over to other Bell. I love when they put them on the same lines.
Are they sisters?
Yeah.
Oh, they're sisters.
Doesn't get the reset in time for the shot clock, so time will expire on that. But it looks like there was a delayed call on the crease violation, so ring will go back to Wham.
Up until now, both teams are staying out of the penalty box, so we can, all the players are always coming back quickly. The momentum's awesome up until now.
Bell now with it, fakes it, looking for the pass, finds it through traffic with Bell. Bell fakes it, shoots. About 3 moves in.
Yep.
Looked good, but Dubé got a piece of it. Ring now with Mission. Trying to move things over the line, finds an open end. And a block there from Wham.
3 against 1 here. Oh.
Just a bit too much on that pass over
Yeah.
to Bell. Moving it back into center to restart the cycle, restart the flow, getting the shift change in at the same time, using all available space. Ketza. Seeing who's behind her, 10 seconds on the shot clock, drops it to Drager. Drager takes it, takes the move, had the opening.
Missed the net.
Just a bit too short.
On avait battu Dubé ici là, sur le tir, mais il nous en manquait un petit peu du côté de la Nouette.
Now Drager and Ketza are a great pair. They have scored a lot this tournament and assisted each other as well. They are definitely out there to help tie things up here for Wham. Taking things for a skate around the net. Fevin now with it. Backdrop to Ketza. Ketza with speed, drives right in. She'll draw a penalty for that. Kept her feet moving. And that'll be a body contact for our first power play of this game.
Yeah.
Our power plays is brought to you by Hertz. So thank you to Hertz. The home team's power play is powered by Hertz. Rent with confidence and keep moving forward both on and off the ice.
So we're going to have a penalty here au numéro 96 du Mission. Annie-Pierre Séguin.
Drager keeping things outside, turning, dropping it back for Ketza. Ketza tries to get it through traffic, bobbles its way over to Dubé. Dubé gets it, makes the toss. And the ring gets bounced off a stick, finds its way out and back in the zone. Blanchard now saw an opening, and it's picked up very, very quickly by Moreau. She came streaking in along the boards to get that one. 9 seconds on the shot clock, dropping it back to Blanchard. Blanchard tries to find Fortin. Fortin now gets the reset. Ring goes bouncing out of the net, but it looks like Rio had pulled it back into her crease, which gives possession back over to Mission.
I always like to look at the ages and the experience of the players on both sides, and it's always, Emily, hard to see, is it experience or youth that
We've had this debate,
I know, but when I'm looking at my stats here, I can maybe say that Wham is a little bit older team, a little bit, but we'll wait and see and at the end of this game.
Henderson to Shannon. Shannon now. 55 seconds remaining on the penalty to Mission as Shannon moves it into the triangle. Doesn't find a friendly stick. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. And a backhand pass from Krochak doesn't find its way past the crease. Now Mission trying to get through. Puts things at center with Lassard. Lassard trying to find support here. Everyone's clogged up on the side. Blanchette drops it over. And play continues with possession here. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Mission looking down low with an opportunity there that got, again, poked by that stick. Wham's going to have to watch that. That's twice now that the ring almost got poked too far into the net than they would have liked.
We're losing precious seconds here on Wham's side on the power play.
Now we're back to even strength as Bell takes it. Moving it, trying to get through the center of the triangle, facing pressure. Getting a little bit of crowding there. Tajbarsh had one. Now she'll try and get it on the back check. It's moved up before she does. Over to Fortin, but an active stick from Debaji doesn't let that happen easily. And now a cross pass all the way to Tajbarsh. And now over to Bell. Ice still moving well early. As the seconds on this period start winding down, Fortin has limited opportunity to do anything here. And that'll close us off for the first quarter. 3-1, Louis.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit more action after that first goal from Mission. We saw more action from Wham in the offensive zone. I think things have started evening out a little bit over the course of the 13 minutes. But so far, this is a game that's very much still within either team's grasp.
Yeah, exactly. Beaucoup d'action ici en cette première période. Après un but rapide ici, compté sur un retour là, du Mission. On a une réplique instantanée du côté du WAM. Donc, une belle période ici. Le WAM qui n'a pas pu capitaliser un petit peu plus tôt sur leur avantage numérique. Et nous sommes vraiment dans tout un endroit ici à l'Arena, à Slush Puppie. Pour le monde qui nous connaisse bien, on est parti de loin il y a une couple d'années avec nos petits téléphones dans les estrades à filmer nos filles et maintenant on est rendu dans des grosses arénas. Je vais prendre un moment pour remercier Ringette Canada pour cette superbe opportunité de pouvoir, autant pour les gens à la maison que nous, de diffuser les matchs. Donc vraiment un grand pas de géant. Là. On ne reçoit que des fleurs depuis le début. Donc, je suis bien content d'être ici avec Émilie et on se prépare à partir avec l'action ici en deuxième période.
As we set up here for the second, just a special mention to the on-ice officials that were selected for this game. These refs come to this tournament, take a week off work, don't get paid for it, and this is their nationals too. They work across their career for many years to get to this place, and to be selected for the NRL Gold is a huge opportunity. So we have Alex Haynes and Jamie Nelson on the ice for you right now. Wham with Dreger. Fakes the drop, comes across the top, fires it.
Hard shot here right on Dubé's helmet there. She's shaking it off.
Ketsa back to Dreger. Dreger cuts, passes it out to Ketsa. Ketsa up front, shoots. That's right into Dubé's chest. Good positioning from her. Said earlier, those two with Dreger and Ketsa, the dynamic duo. A lot of points in this tournament already. Dubé's not going to make that easy, though.
No.
A vet of this league as well. Just perfectly square in that net. Pushing out enough to take away the angle, but still there enough with enough agility to move when needed. Dreger in the corner. Looking for an opportunity, gets past the center, and the D gets tripped up. It's not what she was looking for in terms of the shot, but looks like she may have needed to change off of that play. We'll see what that looks like as things continue in the neutral zone. Battling it on the boards, just a cluster of players. It'll get whistled down for Mission.
There's a lot of people, Emily, in the stands. When we look on the cameras, sometimes it looks a little bit empty, but very, very full of people up here, up top. I understand why they play these games on these big ices, because it wouldn't fit in a normal arena.
Well, the rinks we were playing in all week were quite small, so this is great.
Yeah. And once again, we're nice and warm.
Benefit for us, for
Yeah.
sure. 410 now up top, faking it. Takes a long shot down hard on the ice. 410 seals it, 4-1. Using her speed, looking like she might have thought about the pass, but instead, the coveted on the ice hard shots. Very valuable.
Julie Blanchette ici avec un tir ras à glace. Rio aimerait ça revoir le tir. Donc, beau jeu ici de Fortin, là. Fonce vers le filet, un tir à la glace et la marque est maintenant 4-1.
And looking to still respond. Only one goal so far. Henderson now. Cycling it over. Getting swarmed by the triangle around the net. Keeping things open other ways, but they still are looking for a setup here as Dubé uses her stick to push the ring off. Mission getting tripped up in the neutral zone. I think Ryan York's going to get called for that. A stick broke on the ice. Oh no, that's an Athena. That's got to be new. Oh, there's another $150 down the drain. I remember when they introduced the composite sticks, and I was not a believer. This was like 2013. My whole team got them. And it was, I thought, you know, this is crazy. Ringette players use wood. Why would we ever use a composite? Now look at me. We're all using composites.
Yeah.
I have 3, so times have changed, but I think they're a little bit easier to break. So we'll get a penalty drawn on that play particularly. That was 2 minutes to Tori Shannon. With Mission now on the power play. Lassard feeds it through the center. Had someone there. Brule had slaughtered herself into the triangle. 1 second on the shot clock. Blanchette couldn't get there in time. Rio will get to toss. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the penalty. As Mission turns things around.
Deviated shot in the front of the net.
Tough goalie ring.
Yeah.
Blanchette was in the right spot, but I think it surprised everybody that it was coming in. But Rio is sharp, needs to be.
J'ai hâte de voir le prochain but, comment est-ce que le WAM va réagir, là. La mission qui a pris des choses en main.
A beautiful sliding save. Another tough break for Wham. They managed to get it out. Now they're moving with speed. Mission trying to match it. Fortin trying her best to stab that. 2-on-1. Back to 410. Moving it into center. Loose ring. Who's going to pick it up? That's Wham. Bell doesn't have anyone with her. Everyone was changing. Now sees Drager. Drager coming off the bench with speed. Cuts. Makes a move. Shoots. No goal. That's called off. Crease violation. She's a bit too close.
Dubé looked right away at the referee and no goal.
That call made by Jamie Nelson. Again, thank you to all of our refs for being here this week, giving up your time for us. Trudel now moves it over. Shot there from Lanouette.
What a goal. On réplique instantanément du côté du Mission. Lanouette qui fonce devant le filet. Toute une passe et belle célébration ici de Lanouette. Et on est revenu avec 5-1. René Lanouette là, en pleine vitesse. Comme on peut voir ici sur la reprise, là, un tir foudroyant et Lanouette porte la marque à 5-1.
That goal brought to you by our friends at Lug, taking Mission into a 4-goal lead. 16 seconds remain on Wham's penalty. Now they're clearing it because of the goal, so we're back to even strength.
I wasn't expecting beginning of a game like this, Emily, especially after Wham won for the last 2 years. But I mean, Mission is on a mission, like we say, and they won this one.
The last time these two teams met each other in the final was only 2 years ago. The first gold of the most recent Wham streak. Now here looking to shorten the lead. Henderson getting pushed off. Finds the drop to Ketsa, Ketsa to Drager. Drager squeezes herself through, loses the ring, passes back to Henderson. Henderson just takes a little bit too long to gain control of that. Dubé right on her post. Good sequence there. Wham will want to continue to try and do stuff like that to keep things moving. As they keep the ring around the boards, they will take that, move it or lose it. And like you said, Louis, these teams are both looking for gold, but Wham is looking for their third in a row.
Yeah. And when we're looking at our little papers here, Emily, we can see that both teams are some of the oldest teams in the league, both founded in 2004. So a lot of experience and a lot of history behind these two teams.
Wham cutting on the low pick on the D. Created some space there for Henderson. And now comes up to Lessard. Lessard by herself with Dabaji behind her. Makes the fake, shoots, scores. That's a hat trick. Lessard getting the defense flipped. Dabaji couldn't get the check. Kept her jets going, and that's 3 for Lessard. And we haven't even finished the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly. J'ai adoré voir comment est-ce qu'elle a foncé vers le filet, freiné, puis elle a complètement sorti la gardienne du Wham. Donc la gardienne en chutant, puis j'ai hâte de voir si on va y aller peut-être avec un changement de gardienne ici. Non, mais déjà 6-1 la marque, là. Et on y va avec Juliette Lessard ici, qui a son tour du chapeau. Elle a gagné la médaille d'or aux Jeux du Canada en 2023 avec Team Québec. Donc Juliette Lessard ici, toute une joueuse qui porte la marque à 6-1. Donc, est-ce que c'est déjà hors des mains du Wham? Une mission sur une mission ici. Et je crois, I think, Emily, that Mission isn't going to stop here.
Certainly not. This is do or die at this point. Give it all you got. It's been an exhausting week, but this is where it really counts now. Mission up with the ring at center. Fortin moving it over to Trudel. Back. Fortin takes it. Passing it over to Blanchard. Blanchard keeps it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moves it down low for Fortin. Fortin coming across the top. There's chaos in the triangle. Gets a clear shot off on Ryu, but she gets it with the pad. Turning around to shoot there was Blanchard. There was nobody on her. That triangle was totally tied up, but her shot was a bit too high up. Now a stretch pass over from Drager. She came streaking off the bench. Ketsa saw her. Finding the ring a little bit hard to stab in those last 2 moments in the zone, but now Trudel trying to keep things with her team. 2 on. Sagan gets it off to a friendly stick, and Ketsa will not get the call on that. She looked at the refs thinking that the whistle was about to be blown, but all is fair. Ketsa will continue. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Makes the long pass over to Drager. Drager back pass. Couldn't quite find where it needed to be, just clipping the crease. Back pass over to Dabaji. Dabaji looking for someone with Drager. Drager gets the reset and takes the ring on the other side of the net, continuing Wham possession here. Shannon now. Over to Dabaji. Dabaji stays over the line, shoots, goes high. Bell feeds it through the center of the triangle. Now it's to Tajbarsh, who tried to cut through. We're seeing a few sequences here. Wham setting up the quick passes to keep Dubé moving. I think they realize that if they're not getting her moving, there's not much opportunity for them.
I love to see the energy of these two teams after a long week of a tournament like this week. We've been following a lot of categories, and often you see the players, their little bruises start to come out, and fatigue starts to come in far from home, and we can see here with these two teams, I'm not seeing no breakdown. I mean, they're all in. Energy levels high, even if Wham is back by 5 goals. L'énergie ici est vraiment haute des deux équipes, là.
There was an opportunity almost taken there by Taj Barsh. Now picked up by Shannon. Back over to Taj Barsh. She shoots from the outside. Dubé keeps it with her, uses her stick to pass it. And collision at center. Still keeping track of that is Wham. Moving it down into free ice for Taj Barsh. Skating into it easily. Waiting for support from the shift change. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Now she's got Dreger. Drops it. Dreger. Waiting, seeing what she can do. Going on her backhand around. 6 seconds on the shot clock. She cuts. Takes the outside. Keeps circling. Tries to get closer to the crease. Doesn't make anything happen.
This is one of the tallest players I've seen in a long time there, Dreger.
I've played with her and against her, and you definitely want her with you, because that long stick reach,
Oh, yeah.
those long arms, that'll get you. Mission back with possession, gets picked off by Ketsa. Ketsa moving it around to Lee. Lee finding an open corner for Dreger. 24 seconds on the shot clock, lots of time now. Ketsa. Ketsa shoots, gets a piece of Dubé's blocker. Dreger fighting in the corner, gets picked off by the D. Loose ring. Move it or lose it, gives it back to Wham.
On a un changement de cap ici un petit peu là, depuis quelques minutes. Le Wham qui circule très bien dans la zone du mission. Quelques bons tirs au but là, pour le Wham. On sent qu'on n'arrête pas. L'énergie des deux équipes, là, je parlais un petit peu plus tôt avec Émilie que souvent, après une semaine de tournoi, l'énergie des joueuses commence à baisser, les bobos sortent. Mais les deux équipes ici, là, vraiment l'intensité à fond pour cette médaille d'or.
Now to pick at center, tried to make that work. Fevin had caught the center, but the ring couldn't get through. Now with Shannon up top. Shannon looking for the back support, finds it down low. Shot at the corner from Bell. Shot clock expired on that one, but I could have sworn it hit the goaltender, no problem. Keeping things inside. Wham sending 2 on to secure that. Duquette had pressure as she's trying to get it out of her own zone. Now Fevin spins up top, loses the ring out of the zone. Now it's loose. Foot race for it. I think they've determined that that was touched on both sides.
Yeah.
Can't see another reason why that would have been blown down, but.
Shots on goal, 20 against 19. So even matchup here on shots on goal, even if the score doesn't necessarily reflect this, but Wham is not stopping.
Well, if you're new to the sport, new to joining us, first of all, welcome. Thank you for coming. Please come again. But these games are usually decently high scoring. They're more than you would think. So this is not to say, you know, this is a total blowout. This can be quite normal. Drager inside, shoots.
Shoot.
I thought it may have crossed the line.
Are we going to see a replay on this? The ref is perfectly positioned, so he has the best view, but I'm anxious to see if this one squeaked in or not.
Drager thought she had it. She'll have to try another time here. Ryan York now using the support in the middle. A bouncing ring, can't figure out where it needs to be, who needs to take it. And over to the side, and a shot from the side of the net. Trudell had Wham totally flipped. That bouncing ring.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get a second look actually
yeah,
at
we're gonna see this one,
Drager's shot. She cuts through.
Shot.
It bounced off the bar. If
Right
it
on the
doesn't fully
line.
cross the line, it needs to fully cross the line. Even if a bit crosses, the whole thing needs to for it to count.
On y a cru du côté du Wham ici, là, mais l'arbitre était parfaitement positionné. Donc, pas de but et on part dans la zone du Wham avec un tir foudroyant ici. Là.
hard shot there.
3 big saves from the Wham goalie here.
Ryu on her A game, trying to keep this lead within 5. 4-10 now on the boards, deciding to send it back into her zone to open up some space, really demonstrating the value of using the entire ice to your advantage. Despite the fact that there's only 30 seconds on the shot clock, the ring moves quickly.
Oh, we've got a collision here. I didn't see exactly what happened.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Misuka gets crashed into. I think both of them were looking at the ring and didn't see each other.
She gets up. On va avoir ici la mise en échec. Là, pas la mise en échec, mais la collision des 2 joueuses. Oh.
Yeah, they were both going
Ouais.
for it.
Donc, plus de peur que de mal pour la joueuse du WAM. Et on est prêt à repartir.
Mission with possession. 1 minute and 25 remaining in this period. They don't need to do anything crazy here, but they'll set something up. And a shot out from outside by Blanchette. Now back with Wham. Debaji finds Dreger. Dreger gets a call from up front from Ketsa. She gets taken down before she can stab. But a good heads-up pass to get into that zone. You hear a lot of the communication. I'm not sure necessarily if folks at home are hearing it through our mics, but the National League is quite good at using their voices.
Yeah.
That's something that is definitely good advice for younger players out there, is don't be afraid to call for it. Don't be afraid to tell people where you are, where others are.
Exactly.
We're hearing a lot of that today.
A lot of coaches, that's what they teach the young kids. Communicate on the ice, and that's what we see here later on.
Ketsa now looking down low for Henderson. Gets it banked off the boards. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Henderson down low to Dreger. Dreger has no angle. She's behind the goal line. Gets the reset. That's what she was looking for. Starts the cycle. Coming up top. Fakes the backhand. Saw some net.
Hard shot. Dubé here was deep in her net. She was lucky on this save.
Mission facing some back-checking pressure here to get out of their own zone. Now it's center. And it's blocked off by Ketsa, left loose in the middle. Henderson tried to skate into it. Dreger bats it. Now it's with 4-10 as the period closes. The excitement, Louis. 3 goals for Mission in the first. 3 goals in the second. Wham has not scored anything since their initial goal in the first period. Both goalies standing on their heads regardless of what we're seeing in terms of scores.
Wham came out really roaring in the beginning of this period and turned around quickly.
So we're still sitting at 6-1.
Donc on va voir des reprises ici des buts dans les 2 premières périodes. Le but ici de Fortin, là, des feintes et faire déplacer la gardienne, c'est le mot d'ordre du côté de Montréal. Là. Des beaux déplacements, tirs de loin, des tirs difficiles à la glace. Et du côté du WAM, là, enfonçant vers le filet. On a eu quelques buts refusés ici, mais great saves on both sides, Emily, up until now. And we've got all kinds of goals, attacking the net, goals that are a little bit from further away. And we've got really, really beautiful ringette. I love this breakaway shot when she just stops in front of the goalie, and you can see that the goalie doesn't know what to do no more. And great play here. So.
And that was a perfect setup from a very heads-up pass.
Yeah.
That put it perfectly into Lassard's stick. Well, we've got second half coming up for you shortly. We're going to have a flood here. Thank you for joining us for the first half. We will have a gold medal to award when you come back.
Yes, ma'am.
So join us then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Ringette fans. Gold medal action here at the Slush Puppie Center in Gatineau, Quebec. Edmonton Wham versus Montreal Mission. We're going into the second half of this game. My name is Emily Renneberg, and I'm joined by my friend Louis. Louis, how are we seeing things? What's the haps?
Well, it's the game is very tight on both sides. Even if the score is 6-1, we got 23 shots on each side and great opportunities. The goalies are working their heads off, Emily. It's really, it's a great game. And at the end of the second period, we were able to see that Wham was starting to get more and more momentum. So I'm really anxious to see in this second half of the game how Wham is going to react. And
they'll need to come out with some strength here, some tenacity, for sure.
Donc pour le monde à la maison, bienvenue à cette deuxième moitié. Un petit peu plus tôt, on jasait, Émilie et moi, puis une des gardiennes réservistes pour le Wham, Keely Brown. Keely Brown qui est une des gardiennes réservistes, puis cette joueuse a 49 ans et c'est la créatrice du disque des gardiennes de but. Là, on a la gobeuse normale et on a le disque de la gardienne, donc c'est elle. Quand Émilie a su qu'elle était sur le banc de réservistes avec son casse-noir, Émilie, une fan, mais une grande joueuse de ringuette ici, Keely Brown. We learn stuff every day.
Truly.
Unbelievable.
Truly.
I was commentating the games a little bit earlier on during the week. My partner was Christian Jarry, and Christian is
a ref, right?
Yeah, a ref of very good caliber back in Quebec, and he explained stuff to me and clears stuff up, and you learn, always learning new things. So we're getting ready to start off this second half. It's going to be important for the Wham to score quickly, Emily, because it's 2 periods of 13 minutes, but time goes down quickly. So I think that Wham's going to have to start off very strong.
Absolutely. They'll want to come out with some top offensive efforts here. Yeah, I think we've paused to make sure that the shot clocks are working, and they're back online now. That's good. We were delayed on the first gold medal game this morning in U16s by about 20-25 minutes because the shot clocks weren't working.
Yeah, really? Oh.
Yeah, but these are fine. They have a second set. This is the second set. Looks like we'll be able to start just now with Mission at center. Fresh ice available for a smooth pass down into the zone. Mission with the ring. And passing it off across the crease. An early look here for Mission. Finds its out into neutral territory. As now there's a one-on-nothing opportunity here. A fake, and it's a goal.
She was left all alone. The goalie couldn't do nothing on this. Quel bel effort ici à l'aile. Là. Et la gardienne laissée complètement seule, le brûlait avec tout un but. Et la marque est maintenant 7-1, là, un but compté très tôt en cette troisième période. Excellente feinte du côté du bouclier de Brûlé. On est rendu à 7-1. Émilie me disait un petit peu plus tôt qu'il y a eu un délai de match ce matin, une bonne trentaine de minutes avec des problèmes de shot clock. Donc je suis content de dire que ce n'est pas juste dans nos maisons qu'on a des problèmes de shot clock. So we're back in the action.
Bell gets a shot there. We said that Wham needed to come in with the speed, tenacity, and first goal, but Mission, again, scoring that very quickly into the period, like they did with the first quarter, making it look easy. Wham keeps getting their defense flipped. I think that they're leaving the zones a little bit too quickly, because then there's the turnover at the blue line, where unfortunately that did result in a goal against them. They're going to have to watch that.
Rocket shot. I'm anxious to see if Wham's going to start maybe, trying to do trick plays or push stronger. They're going to have to mix some stuff up to get back in this game, because now with 6 goals back, I'm not sure that a goalie change will do very much up until now. It's the Wham's attack that's going to have to start to produce a little bit more.
Henderson now taking it into the zone, full shot clock here, slowing it down, and a drop to Dreger. Dreger looking, passing it to Ketsa through the triangle. Still cycling over to Dreger. Dreger up top, holds it behind her, looking for either that shot or that pass. Finds it along the post. Gets the reset, so now the cycle will continue with Henderson. Back over to Dreger. Dreger flips to her forehand, passes it off to Ketsa. Ketsa flips, fires, it's in! Dubé off the post.
Yep.
Slides it under her skates. Was supposed to be more of like a pass reset situation. Ends up going into the net.
Mais
Ketsa putting her team up too.
en allant parler justement, we'll get back, Emily, to it, but I just want to say to our Finch viewers, en regardant Dubé là, dans les buts, c'est une gardienne qui goal très, très, très renfoncée dans son but. Et on voit ici, là, pas très haute sur son crease, c'est quasiment de la ligne ici, là, un tir faible du revers de la joueuse du WAM. Et aussitôt, là, on est rendu à 7-2. I was just saying, Emily, how I was looking at Dubé, and she goes very, very deep in her net. So shots like this, like just happened, it hits her skate, bounces back in. So we bounce back, and it's 7-2.
That WHAM goal was sponsored by Lug, making every journey easier with premium bags and travel essentials for athletes on the move. Thank you to Lug for sponsoring the Canadian Ringette Championships. We've got a power play coming up here for Mission. A penalty was called against Tori Shen, and she'll be in the box for 2 minutes here as Mission starts their offensive moves up front. Lessard passing it back to Blanchette instead of shooting. Blanchette feeding it over to Brule. Brule, she was locked and loaded, couldn't get the stab. Brule finds Blanchette, couldn't stab that one either. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets one on Ryu. And that was, the ref was signaling for the reset there, so that'll go back to Mission. That's why we saw that.
Yeah.
Should have, they got the shot off in time, so it should have maintained, they should have been able to maintain possession, so now they'll take the free ring. Blanchette steps into it, shoots from the free pass. Ryu sees it, covers it. And Mission doing a great job on that goalie ring to take away all of the options. Ryu just really didn't feel comfortable getting rid of that ring or putting it behind her net for someone to pick up. Mission keeping tight to the players and also pretty close into Ryu to take away what she could see anyways.
Yep.
Now Mission fires it. I swear that sounded like it hit something. It was not called. They continue here.
All
and a
alone.
Shot. There's one anyways.
We've got
Marie-Pierre Blanchard
yeah.
takes Mission up to 8.
La défensive ici du WAM là, qui s'effondre complètement. On laisse la gardienne de but seule. Et la mission, encore une fois, capitalise sur le jeu. Tout un tir ici. On fonce vers le filet. Et on est rendu à 8-2. Là. Un match à sens unique jusqu'à maintenant. Des belles opportunités. Mais on ne peut rien faire là-dessus. Là. La gardienne du WAM.
Bell circling around. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to feed it into the triangle. Doesn't find a lane. Ring pops out and picked up by Trudel. Moving it over to Blanchard, who stretches out to get that. Now 410 in with some speed. Back shot.
What a goal.
Feeds it in between Ryu's legs. Makes it look easy, but I'll tell you, that is a very, very talented shot. Came in with speed, back behind her net. Using the ice to her advantage, that smooth, smooth ring goes right through Ryu's legs. And Louis, I think you were saying in French that we might have an interesting opportunity here with WHAM's goaltenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in English,
Yes.
the WHAM have 3 goalies. One of them, Kaylee Woodliff, was injured. So in net is Megan Ryu, but that means that there needs to be another backup. Well, who does that backup happen to be? For folks of you that are familiar, folks at home that are familiar with her, Keely Brown, one of the goats of Ringette, is currently dressed and on the bench. They're calling for a timeout here to regroup, but I'll give a little bit of a recap on who Keely Brown is for those that don't know. She is, when you think of Ringette goaltending, you think of Keely Brown. She is a very prolific player, many years on Team Canada. She actually started, she helped found the National Ringette League when it started in 2002, and as well as the Edmonton Wham team itself. For those that are familiar with some of the equipment that goaltenders use these days, there's a special glove that ringette goalies can get called the Keeley glove, and that's not a coincidence because Keeley Brown developed that glove. And it's a special glove because ringette goalies need to be able to pick the ring up off the ice, which can be very challenging to do with that blocker because it has the part at the top that kind of sticks out and you can't reach the ring. But also if you just wear kind of like a soccer goalie glove, it's too soft and many players will even break their wrists, but they'll hurt their hand. And so that back pad will really support that. So she developed that knowing there was a gap there. And now she's head of legal for the Edmonton Oilers. She's a lawyer. She's done so much for the sport. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame in, I believe, 2014. So as much as we are still with Ryu, that is still a possibility that we might see Keeley Brown, the legend, outside as Dreger now takes matters into her own hands. The shot goes high above the net, but Wham maintaining possession here. Ketsa makes the shot wide as well, keeps it in the zone with Wham. Henderson tries to shoot as well, goes high. They need to lower these shots a little bit as 6 seconds remain on the shot clock through the battle in the zone. Ring's gonna go over 2 lines. Henderson will pick that up. Make the pass over to Dreger. Dreger's looking for a stretch option with Ketsa. Ketsa.
What the Wham's gonna have to do is shot low on Dubé. No high shots are gonna get into this through this goalie. They're gonna have to go really on the ice for the shots.
Or some fakes. We haven't seen a lot of fakes.
Yeah, deeks and stuff like that there.
Mission now finding some space here, getting it across the crease. Obenhead walks in, looked like she might have taken that shot, but decides to pass it off instead. Possession will now go to Wham. Still a lot of ringette to play here, Louis.
Yeah, a lot.
Getting the toss from Ryu. Finding Bell, who had speed. It gets picked off. And now Brule still with it from her knees, gets the pass to Blanchard. Blanchard decides she does have time, wants to reorganize a little bit here. Passes it to Brule. Brule cuts between the center and the D, tries to get one, does, bounces out. An opportunity for Blanchard there on the short post, but a bit too bouncy. Full shot clock now as the shift changes. 4:10 behind the net on her backhand. 4:10 using the space, looking for a pass, looking for an outlet, looking for an opportunity. 14 seconds on the shot clock, moving it over to Lanouette. Lanouette using the space, coming in with some speed. Needs to get the reset here, finds the ring into the crease. It'll bounce out, picked up by Debaji. Over to Bell, starts bouncing between skates. And this is where we've seen opportunity for Mission before. Lanouette now getting pushed out to the corner. Great defensive play there from Wham to keep her out of the zone. Lanouette sees the far post. 4:10 was just sitting there without a D.
We're often forgetting players all alone on the side of the goalie, and we're lucky because they're not stabbing the ring, but I mean, it's gonna come back and bite them soon.
Lassard gets a shot from the point. Bouncing ring goes outside the crease. Ryu did not like that play and made Lassard know. Cycle continues. And a shot, hard
shot
on the ice. Testing Ryu's 5-hole. Now at center. Prochek with it in the corner. 18 seconds on the shot clock as the cycle moves. Back to Dreger. Dreger shoots.
Oh, what a save. I think he got deviated a bit on the stick here.
Still fighting for it. Loose ring pops out on the boards. Blanchette takes the ring over the other side of the blue line with a missed stab from Wham. She'll start to regroup here. Tries to shoot through the legs of Ryan York. Ryan York now facing pressure to get things out. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Ryan York finding Dreger, who's open. Dreger needs to find a friend here too. The bouncing ring goes to Ketsa. Back to Dreger. Dreger tries to cut through, gets a penalty drawn.
Yeah.
Kept her feet moving. That'll be a slashing call to Mission. So Wham will get a power play opportunity.
Une opportunité parfaite ici pour le WAM de continuer à essayer de compter un but ici. Là, le momentum qui est encore en faveur du Mission. Donc, il faut tester à la gardienne du B bas sur la glace. La faire bouger beaucoup plus aussi. Là, pas de tir de périphérie. Donc, on a bien hâte de voir si on va pouvoir monter ça à 9-3 là, ici du côté du WAM qui n'abandonne surtout pas.
Blanchard in the penalty box. 2 minutes for slashing as Bell takes it now. This power play is brought to you by Hertz. Hertz, hit the road to victory with reliable car rentals for all your travel needs. And a save there from Dubé on the post. I am looking to test a little bit more of those low shots, as you said earlier, Louis.
Yeah.
Not finding anything yet, but on the power play. Stretch pass over to Bell. Bell still keeps it, tries to move it, picks up her own rebound, shoots, goes wide. 18 seconds on the shot clock as Mission tries to move it up into the zone. They're down a player, so harder to find that, but Fortin takes it. They'll call that both sides of the line, though. So Ring will go back with Wham.
I'm surprised to see when you look at the shots on goal, 32 against 28, but when you're looking at the game, Dubé that is making great saves, but on the other side of the Wham goalie, she's been like going from one end to the other of the net. And I think the quality shots of Mission is the key of the success, why the score is so higher quality shots from Mission.
Trigger tried to get one through there. Loose ring goes to Ketzuk. Trigger now. Doing the wide sweep. Back pass
Nice
over to
back
Henderson.
pass.
Henderson
Oh.
looks, shoots. Took a second. Dubé with the shoulder save. Dreger pulling things back over the line, shoots it as well. That one looked harder for Dubé to get, but she buries it into her gloves, just using kind of her shoulder and her head to make sure that didn't fall behind her.
Les tirs 32-31 pour le Mission, mais comme que je disais un petit peu plus tôt, là, ici, là, la qualité des tirs du Mission, là, vraiment supérieure à ceux du WAM, mais c'est ce qui reflète le score jusqu'à maintenant. On tire beaucoup sur la gardienne du B, contrairement à ce qu'on devrait la faire bouger gauche-droite. Ce que le Mission fait là, sur la gardienne du WAM. Et c'est pour ça qu'on est à 9-2 la marque ici. Là.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Bell moves it over to Krocek. Krocek, she had a bit of a soft backhand on that one, but really think it was looking for the reset. The loose ring still in the triangle. Mission will pass it to their tender. Now trying to break out, moving things into the neutral zone now. Lassard on the other side. She's got 3 goals on this one. Moving it to Blanchette. Blanchette with the backhand pass. Cross crease. I love when they do that because it ends up looking like they weren't ever considering a back pass.
Yeah, that's it. But the back pass, I talk often about the back pass. It's beautiful to see at this you know, in the NRL, all the girls, you know, it's stuff they practice all their life, but sometimes when in the smaller categories like U16 or U19, often the back passes, they become bad turnovers. So once you're able to do nice back passes, I mean, these are awesome to see.
Lassard bringing things back into the zone. It's picked off in the corner. Wham defense scrambling to make sure that they got that in front of the net. They do. Feeling some pressure here. Making the long pass to Krocek into the corner where she can skate into it as the shift changes. Shannon over to Bell. Bell shoots and it's blocked by that low D.
Oh, hard fall here.
Wham. Breaking back in. Bell. Passing it over. And a shot there from Wham. Tries to find that net. Tajbarsh was on that corner. Again, a lot of these shots are going high. They're getting good looks. They're just not hitting the net yet.
Shooting for too far away for the moment for Wham.
And a great back check here from Mission. Gets possession back. Masuka keeping things away from Rio. She'll get it off. And out of the territory. Now skating in hard was Kate Henderson. She had some momentum. Drager now cutting between the center and the D.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Crashes the net with her long stick and passes through Dubé.
Successfully comes off the bench.
Yep.
Cuts through the D and the center. Gets held up a little bit, but gets a beautiful shot in tight to the crease. Dubé not quite there. She'll put her team within 6 with 1 minute and 21 seconds remaining.
We'd like to talk, Emily, at the break. You that have been playing Ringette for a long, long time. How do you come into this last period trailing by 6 goals? What's your mindset? I mean, you know, so we'll talk maybe a little bit more about that later on.
It has happened to me, so I can talk about it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mission here trying to respond. Ketsa muscling her way out of there. Making the safety pass now with Drager at center. Down to Henderson. Henderson's gonna have to battle. She's faced up by Moreau. Moreau, strong presence there along the boards, gets her team that ring back. And here she is again, muscling her way through 2 Wham players. Trying to get that ring back with her, but Wham will now grab it. Ketsa down to Henderson. Henderson cuts around the crease, back to Ketsa. Ketsa backhand. Dubé, piece of it there. Yep. Ketsa over to Drager. Drager shoots. Similar angle to her goal before. Different shot. Dubé saw it. Lots of pressure on Mission now from Wham. Sending almost 3 on in a way. It's almost 2 plus a zone. It's definitely making it very hard for Mission to get out of the zone. 8 seconds on the shot clock remained before the time expired. Not a lot of movement towards that end there, but Mission still up by 6.
Troisième période bien divisée là, malgré le score. On peut voir, on est rendu à 33-33 les tirs. Comme que je mentionnais un petit peu plus tôt, c'est vraiment la qualité des tirs du Mission là, ici qui font la grosse différence. On a un bon match, là. On est 6 buts en retard du côté du Wham. So Emily, can you talk to us a bit as a Ringette player?
Yes.
When you're coming into this last period on a gold medal game?
Yep.
You're trailing 9-3.
It has happened, yep.
So what's your mindset? I mean, are you guys, you know, we're just having fun for a last period. You know, some of these players will maybe not be back next year together. Are we here to have fun, just appreciate it, or are we going all in and we need 6 goals to get back into this game?
Well, Louis, winning is fun, and I think that's probably what their mindsets are like right now. Realistically, like, this is not necessarily an insurmountable lead that Mission has. Surely it's definitely tough because Wham has had a lot of their firepower thwarted across the last 3 periods. But from my experience, realistically, what you're doing is, and this is going to be so cliche, but you're thinking about it shift by shift. And often with Ringette, we're talking about shot clocks. So how many shot clocks do you have left? We've got lots of time. Just take it one shift at a time. You really don't want to focus on the 6-goal differential. You want to focus on getting the next one and being the dominant team in the period.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Great question. Wham now starting things off. They'll want one quickly here as Krocek looks for the pass, decides to keep moving. Bell now stepping into it. Bell back passing. And a sneaky stick from Masuka. Just crossing that line. That'll be counted as a 4-in. She didn't interact with the play. That was just a possession change there. But if you have 4 in the zone when you're not supposed to, i.e. your goalie's still in the net, if you make a play as that fourth person, you're going to get a delay of game call, which we did see earlier this week. It's not super common at this level in the NRL, but we did see one a few days ago. I am now fighting for it, coming up. Masuka passing to Shannon. Shannon turning over the top, sees Bell. Bell trying to bust her way through, creates chaos. It slides into the crease as she does, so that'll lose Wham possession. It'll go over to Dubé for the 5-second goalie toss. Easy drop behind the net. Shard trying to move with speed. Oben falling to her knees to try and get the ring away from danger.
I think she looks hurt here a bit. She's going off slowly, back to the bench.
Matashewski over to Fortin. Fortin can't get it, but bats it with her stick to Trudell. Trudell, back pass into open ice. It's met by Bell. And they spent so much time in their own zone that the shot clock expired by the time that they got that ring in the zone, but they got the shot on the net just in time. So the reset on the shot clock should have happened, and that's why they have possession. Now a shot there from Fortin, decides to take it at the circle. You see that occasionally. It's one of the lower shots from the circle that I've seen. Usually you try to go top shelf. She must have seen something there, hard to see from this angle, but now Wham with possession. Ketsa drops it to Drager. Drager back to Ketsa. Ketsa walks in, fakes, shoots. Dubé, no problem.
That was awesome. On a tellement bien rentré dans le triangle du mission, là, puis en cette début de quatrième période, on est capable de voir là, que le Wham ne lâche pas. On va avoir besoin des meilleurs tirs de qualité contre Dubé, mais beau travail ici jusqu'à maintenant du Wham.
Drager now over to Henderson, who's hiding behind the triangle along the crease, coming around the net. Shots deflected, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ketsa gets the reset. It bounces out of the crease. Very successful reset there.
Yeah, great work here.
Now over to Drager. Drager fakes it, cuts through the center in the D. She's done it before, loses the ring on this one though. Now it's back over with Mission. Meyer fighting in the middle of the ice, trying to maintain the possession for her team. Tries to get the pass off. Ketsa blocks it and passes all the way across the ice to Henderson, who is open. Now over to Debaji. And a shot from out far. Debaji takes that ring. Quick pass from Henderson, who is just going to switch. Debaji sealing the deal. And that's a D goal for Wham to put them within 5.
Ah oui, un tir bien voilé ici, là. On a pris beaucoup de patience. La gardienne du mission, une fois de plus, un petit peu renfoncée dans son but, mais tout un tir ici, un tir de marqueuse, une entrée de zone vraiment réussi. On prend notre temps du côté du Wham, là, et un tir foudroyant du côté de la gobe de la gardienne du B. Juste de même, on est rendu à 9-4. Là. Next goal by the Wham, Emily, can be maybe a little bit game changer here.
It's goal by goal. We talked about that earlier. Focus on the next one. Don't let them come back. Don't let them answer. Keep that momentum going is really what that bench is talking about right now. And this goal was brought to you by our friends at Lug. Another great one.
Awesome play.
Just a beautiful top shelf goal.
Dubé that I think would have liked another shot. Take 2 on this shot, but too little, too late. It's 9-4 for the Mission.
Fevin trying to control that. 13 seconds on the shot clock, coming out wide. Passing it back. And Bell tried to get that onto the net, but it bounced off a deflection. Shot clock will expire. Dubé will get the 5 seconds. In the very fluorescent crease. Wham doing great work on that coverage to force Dubé to pass it into the zone where a blue jersey was waiting for it. They'll use this neutral zone to keep moving. Dubé watching as the shift changes. Tajbarsh over to Drager, rips one. A lot of power in that shot, but Dubé making goaltending look easy, which it most certainly isn't. As Mission takes things into center, picked off by Wham. Back over to Drager, she's by herself, fakes it, tries to seal it under Dubé's blocker. Made it look like she was gonna cut. Beautiful save from Dubé.
Yeah, a key save here from Dubé.
Drager up front again. Ring is still out of the crease. They'll pick it up. 16 seconds on the shot clock as she comes down. Passes it to the corner. Bell looks to shoot, but Trudel was in the way. And now 410 with some speed.
On n'a pas eu beaucoup de chance de marquer ici du côté du Mission jusqu'à maintenant dans cette 4e période. Là. Une domination par le WAM qui a finalement réussi à s'ajuster. On a bien hâte de voir. Une mauvaise punition ici, un mauvais moment. There, bad penalty here taken by the WAM at a bad moment in this game because momentum was completely on WAM's side in this 4th period here.
And there's another look at Drager's massive opportunity with Dubé just absolutely coming in clutch with that blocker save, staying in her position and not
Awesome
getting deked out by Drager. So power play opportunity brought to you by Hertz. Now we have Kate Henderson in the box, 2 minutes for body contact. And like you said, Louis, this is a bad time for Wham to get a penalty. They need 5 goals within 7 minutes and 34 seconds now. As Mission looks to take control here. Debaji pulled the ring out of the crease just a little bit too far in. But you got to make those calls as a defense to decide whether or not you're going to go for something. Because there was a Mission sniper on that post. Minuet. Long pass. Starting the skate. Aubin to Blanchette. Blanchette back to Lanuette. Playing Ringette. Cycle continues. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Blanchette now has it over to Lanuette. Finding pressure behind. There wasn't a lot of defense up front, so Blanchette had stormed in with the lone D. Couldn't quite get the stab. Wham putting a lot more pressure on, realizing they need control of this ring in order to try and score more goals. Lanuette now getting picked off, but 410 is supporting. The Wham gets it away just in time. Ryan York now. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Open pass to Shannon. Shannon looking.
Zoe Aubin's back on the ice from her injury before there, so she shook it off, and happy to see her back on the play for the Mission.
Trudel to Blanchard. Blanchard looking as her line changes. And a long pass along the crease. Finds its way over. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of pressure here now.
Point blank shot here on the goalie. Great save. Time's winding down soon, and we're going back at 5 against 5.
Henderson out of the box. And a big defensive play there to give Mission back possession. Skating up the ice is Brule. Brule's facing 3 Wham players, taking away the lanes. She fights along the boards, just muscling her way through, still maintaining possession, walking away with that. The crowd loves it. 2-on-1 now, still maintaining the possession. 7 seconds on the shot clock as she passes it over. Drager now tries to find someone to put it over to. Hits Blanchette's stick. Ketza in the zone. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remain. Ketza, saucer pass over to Henderson. Henderson coming up top now, back to Ketza. Ketza's low, shoots. Dubé has it, but doesn't want to move just in case, which is probably smart.
Yeah, good move from the goalie here.
Now, Louis, I'm not a mathematician or anything, but with 5 goals to tie things up and about 5 minutes remaining, these WAM players are going to have to start scoring on average one a minute. And this was a decent look here along the posts. Dubé, though, has been proving that the posts are not necessarily going to happen today.
Well, we started to pull out the goalie on a WAM side, so we'll be 4 in the zone. On a commencé à jouer avec la gardienne de but ici du côté du WAM, là, donc...
Setting up the box now, not putting the 6th player on the ice so that Ryu can skate over if she needs to. But adding that player in the zone to box things out. 10 seconds on the shot clock now with Dreger. Dreger cutting in. Henderson does the pick.
Oh!
Dreger. Her classic cut the crease, change directions, do a backhand. Dubé saw it. Makes the pass out. Ryu doing the hard skate back into her net. They're probably going to pull her again just now. WAM will want to count.
Oh.
Shot there, Dubé, blocker save. Ryu now on the bench. I think they may have put in the 4th player a bit early.
I didn't see what happened.
I think that was the call there.
Emily, when we were playing on the other ices on the Ontario side, it was very, very funny to see because the door of the bench was, the bench on the players were so long that the door opened on the other side of the ringette line.
That's not what you want.
No, so that's why so often players got in, got out, and they would whistle too many players, like, you know, 4 in the zone and stuff like that. And a lot of coaches had to adapt and
that's a tough one.
oh yeah, it was weird to see.
Debaji from her knees. Now over to Shannon. Shannon moving it back to Bell. Bell fakes it, fans on that initial shot, decides to pass. Dubé tries to move it over to Trudel. Tajbarsh getting that. And Ryu goes back into the bench just in time for Mission to pick things up, but now it's picked off by WAM. WAM back into the zone. Ryu back into the bench. Getting a bit of a workout here.
We're up to 41 shots here for WAM against 38 for Mission. So WAM isn't stopping, but time's winding down here, Emily.
Absolutely, just under 3 minutes remain in this gold medal final. WAM looking for the three-peat. Mission looking for what I believe is their first gold. Isuka not seeing space over the blue line, but finds some friends in the middle. But now, Brule by herself picking things off. 3-on-1. Dreger gets the outlet to Misuka. Misuka shovels it over to Henderson. Now Ketsa back to Henderson. Henderson on the backwards skate. Transitions forward. Ryu on the bench. And the rings move to center. Henderson gets a shot off. Mission in their own crease.
On s'approche tranquillement, pas vite, de la fin du match. On est rendu à 43 tirs ici pour la WAM, là, que s'ils sont capables de remonter, ils iraient pour leur 3e victoire de suite. On a hâte de voir. Du côté du Mission, leur meilleur positionnement était 4e en 2023-2024 au championnat. Donc, j'ai hâte de voir. Ça va être une bonne fin de période ici, là.
2 minutes and 4 seconds remain in this final period of play. Looking less and less likely for our friends in the WAM.
Yeah, I know.
And more likely for our friends in the Mission.
Yes.
Some offensive play here. 4 in the zone. Ryu's still on the bench. WAM using the space they got. Just too much on that pass to Drager. Now there's the fast skate. Ryu back into her net. Mission deciding where they want to put it. Now they've got 3-on-2. Bell stepping in as center as Misuka battles to get the ring out of the zone, can't quite do it. There's a lot of Mission players. Drager takes a spill.
Oh, this
and
was
Mission
we're talking
passes
about
it back.
the back pass. Great when it works, but just created a turnaround right here with a bad back pass.
1 minute and 23 seconds remaining. Wham now with it in the zone with Bell. Bell over to Bell. Dalen to Jamie. And Rio's got the net to skate to. Lanouette didn't have anyone to pass to and didn't seem to have the heads up to pass to get that shot on net while it was open. But now here is Lanouette, fakes it. She shoots up, fires it home. Double digits for Mission. 1 minute and 1 second remaining in this gold medal final. Puts it past Rio.
And we can say that this is the nail in the coffin, le clou dans le cercueil. Tout un but ici de Brittany Lanouette là, qui prend son temps et étant la gardienne de tout son long là, avec tout un tir. Et nous sommes maintenant rendus à 10-4 la marque.
Again, flipping the Wham defense. That's been a problem throughout this game. There's been about 3 or 4 direct goal opportunities based on defensive positioning. And the crowd's starting to get excited here, Louis.
Exactly. The good old chants from the Bell Center back at home with the Montreal Canadiens. And we can hear the people from Montreal going crazy. So we're at our last minute of play here, Emily.
It's been fun, Louis.
Yep.
We'll close this last minute out here with Wham firing it into the corner. Dropping it back. Bell keeping outside the zone.
And we're still playing with a goalie here on the Wham side.
Shannon over to Bell. 10 seconds on the shot clock as the force set up. Back into the center for Shannon. Shannon almost had it. Touched the crease while she tried. It'll go to Dubé. 36.3 seconds in this one. Ryu back into her net. The Ole-Oles coming through strong. Mission battling it. They still need possession here to seal this deal. 20 seconds on this game. Tajbarsh gets picked off. Ryan York with the bouncing pickup. Over the line. And Tajbarsh tries to get a shot off, gets one, gets the post, it bounces out. Almost the last opportunity. And now your Montreal Mission are national champions. Gold medal finalists taking down Edmonton Wham, the 2-time champion. Denies them their three-peat. Taking home the win back to Montreal.
Vraiment un beau moment ici, là. Le Mission qui ramène la médaille d'or, les filles qui célèbrent. Tout un match ici du côté du Mission. Rien de trop à se reprocher du côté du Wham. Là, leur attaque qui a essayé de tout générer. Peut-être un petit peu plus côté défensif a été difficile ici pour le Wham. Les tirs au but à 46 pour le Wham et 39 pour le Mission. Mais tout un match ici. Belle performance de la gardienne de but Dubé. Et la médaille d'or sera attribuée aux Missions de Montréal.
Montreal, I've just got word from my statistician, my mom. Montreal last won a medal in 2012, silver in Burnaby, winning bronze in 2009 in PEI. It has been over 10 years since Mission was able to win. Does that make sense, actually? No. 2023 Regina, if they faced Wham, they would have won silver there as well.
In our notes here, it's written in 2023-24, the Montreal Mission finished in 4th place in the NRL Championships.
There you go.
It's okay, Mom. No problem.
Amateur statistician. Congratulations to Mission. Regardless, it's definitely been a tough season. They have battled, coming out on top, playing super well during the season, but then also playing incredibly well during these this whole week.
It's fun to see all the family in the stands. toute la famille ici, là, des joueuses, là, plusieurs joueuses qui se déplacent avec leurs enfants, des jeunes enfants. Donc, c'est vraiment le fun de voir tout le monde des estrades, là. Chapeau à tous pour cet excellent tournoi. C'est extrêmement bien mérité pour l'émission et leur groupe d'entraîneurs ici, là.
Now we'll have some special guests here as the bronze medal winners, Rif Sud, comes out. And the medals and the trophies and the banners and the sticks and all that will be presented. Rif Sud, this is the highest position they've placed in the championships to date, taking the win by a goal just earlier against Rath.
So, I got j'ai une statisticienne aussi au Québec qui m'écrit. So, she wrote Mission 1, not bronze, sorry, but in what year
Silver?
it's coming. Yeah, silver, sorry, excuse me.
L'argent?
Yeah, l'argent. That's it,
oui.
l'argent. Oui, oui,
L'argent.
l'argent. So, we're going to get back to you with the year soon. So, a lot of familiar faces, beaucoup de visages.
Familiar faces, but a new trophy for those with good eyesight.
Yes.
That is a brand spanking new trophy that we will get to be the first as part of the presentation. That is the Mary Simon Cup from Mary Simon herself, our Governor General, who's been in office since 2021. It'll be the first cup that features Inuktitut.
On a des joueuses ici du Révolution qui ont gagné la médaille de bronze un petit peu plus tôt avec une super marque de 2-1. Donc, ils vont être ici pour remettre des médailles et des trophées avec leur coach, Luc Plante.
So we get things sorted here. It's a big moment for Ringette.
A lot of emotions here.
Absolutely. Obviously quite disappointed with not being able to do a three-peat, but wow, what an accomplishment to make it to the finals. Again, silver is definitely something to be happy about.
Donc, l'émission qui a gagné l'argent en 2023.
Please direct your attention to center ice
As we start
as we begin
presenting,
the official
we'll
medal
hand things over
presentation
to
ceremony
on ice.
for the 2025 Canadian Ringette Championships. Veuillez porter votre attention sur le centre de la patinoire pour la cérémonie officielle de la remise des médailles. Please welcome from Ringette Canada, President Debbie Frail and CEO Peter Leiser, who will present the bronze and silver medals. We are honored to welcome our special guest and gold medal presenter, représentant tous les Canadiens, Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Mary Simon, Governor General of Canada. Following the medal presentations, Her Excellency will present the inaugural Mary May Simon Cup. Suite aux présentations des médailles, Son Excellence présentera la nouvelle Coupe Mary May Simon. This is the first time a National Ringette League trophy has featured the Inuktitut language. C'est la première fois qu'un trophée de la Ligue nationale de Ringette aborde la langue Inuktitut. Join Her Excellency on the ice is Captain Christopher Roy. Let's take a moment to celebrate the incredible talent, sportsmanship, and passion on display throughout this tournament. La finale aujourd'hui a été une véritable vitrine de l'excellence pour le sport canadien. Now please welcome your 2025 Canadian Ringette Championship bronze medalist, Team Rive-Sud. Médaille de bronze pour l'équipe Rive-Sud. Félicitations. and your 2025 Canadian Ringette Championship silver medalist au médaillé d'argent, Edmonton Wham. The moment we've all been waiting for, your 2025 Canadian Ringette Championship gold medalist, vos médaillés d'or du championnat canadien de ringette 2025 de Montréal Mission. Would the captain of Montréal Mission please come forward to accept the trophy on behalf of your team? Son Excellence va maintenant remettre le trophée du championnat au capitaine de l'équipe de Montréal Mission. Congratulations to our champions. Félicitations à nos champions. And to all athletes, coaches, and supporters for an incredible, unforgettable Canadian Ringette Championship 2025. Félicitations à tous et merci.
No, I got it here. I just...
Thank you for joining us in the National Ringette League gold medal final. Edmonton Wham versus Montreal Mission. Mission taking away the gold and the brand spanking new Mary Simon Cup. Mary Simon herself, our Governor General, the Honorable Mary Simon, passing out passing out medals to the players on Mission as they came around the line. What a special moment for the sport. I've heard that her granddaughter plays ringette, and that's part of her connection, but she's the first Indigenous person to be the Governor General of Canada, and the trophy has Inuktitut on it. She's Inuit, and so she's Inuk, and really special to have that moment, and to have Mission be the first team to hoist that cup. A big, exciting game between these two teams. Mission really just having the tenacity coming out with that first goal, keeping Wham outside of the scoring opportunities, but Dubé, realistically, she stood on her head.
Yeah, great goaltending, and finally you can see the golden stick here that everybody talks about. So a really, really great moment with all of these teams. So we've got two teams from Quebec in the top three. So that's a very, very nice touch. Ringette's going good on the Montreal side in Quebec, so it's
top
really
four,
fun.
Quebec and Alberta, hey?
Yep. And in all categories, Emily, we're seeing Alberta, Quebec, they're all over the place. So back in the day, it was always Alberta, and smaller categories, Alberta was always really dominating, and we can see there's a lot of adjustments on the Quebec side, and really, really like to see this rivalry there between those two regions.
As somebody who grew up in the Calgary AA program, Team Alberta a couple times, 100%, I think there has been a shift. Usually it's some of the big names are the Team Ontario coming in.
Exactly.
We had a tough go with Team BC one year, which that program has definitely also been strengthening, but Quebec, it's really great to see the program strengthening in Quebec especially. There's so many players and so many teams, and really great to have the whole country come together.
All this starts with small steps, you know,
exactly.
the small regions and the small towns with everybody that pitches in. So the volunteers, that the coaches and staff, and even, you know, the presidents for these little ringette clubs, you know, all the work they do to go grab players. And when you see this, the sport is really, really in a good direction, Emily, and this is really a beautiful picture.
Your National Ringette League medalists, gold, silver, and bronze, after a very hard-fought week. Honestly, the semifinal game between Mission and Ripswood was one of the most intense ringette games I've stood and watched. It was, the emotions were just, and the physicality was incredible. So Mission just scooting out the win on that one to take them to the finals, and really showing Wham what they got. Ending Wham's winning streak, but one last thank you to our sponsors again. Thank you for supporting the National Ringette Championships here in Ottawa, but we're sitting in Gatineau, so Gatineau as well. Giving you a bit of a highlight here on
the last goals.
A few last pieces of that fantastic gold medal game that I think a lot of these players will remember for the rest of their careers and way after that as well.
Absolutely. Great Ringette game. The outcome is maybe not what the WAM was expecting, but there is nothing to be shy on their side. And tout un match ici. Le Québec qui est extrêmement bien représenté. 2 médailles sur 3, là, donc un programme au Québec qui roule à fond. Donc je vous remercie tout le monde à la maison. Thank you, Emily, for being together for this game.
Signing off, Emily Ranneberg and Louis Nagy.
Thank you very much. See ya.